also known as caviar, has long been revered as a masterpiece of luxury cuisine, where each tiny egg contains a world of flavors and essence. The shiny, plump, sparkling eggs in golden, silver gray, or jet black colors are not only captivating because of their delicate appearance, but also impress with their soft, melting texture on the tip of the tongue, leaving a rich, pure, and enchanting aftertaste. To get a spoonful of premium caviar, one must pay the price of time and patience. Sturgeon must be raised in an ideal environment, with pure water, a special diet, and careful care for many years. When it comes time to harvest, each step, from separating the eggs, cleaning, salting to preserving, must be carried out with absolute precision to maintain the freshness, perfect texture, and full flavor of the caviar. Each box of premium caviar is not only a product of skillful technique, but also a crystallization of nature, time, and endless passion. In this video, we will explore the art of caviar harvesting, as well as the challenges and prospects of this luxury industry. Sturgeon caviar harvesting process. To harvest these tiny but precious eggs, people have applied two main methods: the traditional method of killing the fish and the method of harvesting eggs without killing the fish. Each method has its own advantages and disadvantages, reflecting the changes in the way people exploit and conserve sturgeon. Traditional method: killing fish to get eggs. For hundreds of years, the most common way to harvest sturgeon eggs has been to kill the fish. When the sturgeon reaches adulthood, usually around 7-20 years old, they will be caught and brought to processing facilities. The harvesting process begins with cleaning the fish, then the fish is gutted to collect the eggs. These eggs are then washed, removed of impurities, and sorted by size, color, texture, and flavor. Finally, they are salted and packaged to create caviar, a high-class dish favored by the upper class and gourmets. However, this method has a major problem. Sturgeons cannot continue to reproduce after the eggs are harvested because they are killed. This causes a waste of resources and significantly reduces the sturgeon population in the wild. Many sturgeon species, including the beluga sturgeon, the species that provides the most expensive caviar in the world, have become endangered due to overfishing. The rapid decline in the number of sturgeon in the wild has forced the caviar industry to look for more sustainable methods. Kill-free harvesting method. In order to solve the problem of sturgeon conservation and ensure a long-term supply of caviar, scientists have researched and developed a method of harvesting sturgeon eggs without killing the fish. This method allows the fish to continue to reproduce for many years, minimizing the negative impact on the sturgeon population and helping the caviar industry develop in a sustainable way. One of the popular techniques is to stimulate natural ovulation. In this method, sturgeons are raised in a controlled environment, and when it is time to spawn, biological or hormonal measures are used to stimulate ovulation. The eggs are then harvested without surgical intervention. This simulates the natural reproductive process of sturgeons and allows the fish to continue producing eggs in subsequent cycles. Another technique is to perform a minor surgery to remove the eggs from the fish without causing serious damage. This method requires the intervention of experienced professionals to ensure that the fish can recover quickly after the eggs are removed. However, this method is still being researched and improved to optimize efficiency and minimize the impact on the health of the fish. Caviar processing and preservation process. After harvesting, sturgeon eggs must undergo a careful processing process to ensure the highest quality. First, the eggs are thoroughly washed to remove impurities such as mucus, dirt, or any factors that may affect the flavor and texture. This cleaning stage requires meticulousness and gentleness to avoid breaking the eggs. After cleaning, sturgeon eggs are classified according to many criteria such as size, color, firmness, and flavor. qualified eggs will be put into the salting stage, an important step in the caviar processing process. Salt not only helps preserve, but also highlights the characteristic flavor of caviar, making the dish more flavorful. However, the amount of salt used must be strictly controlled. If there is too much salt, the eggs may become too salty and lose their natural softness. Conversely, if there is too little salt, the caviar will not be preserved for long and will easily spoil. High-end producers often use the Malasol method, a light salting technique, with the amount of salt not exceeding 5% of the total egg weight to preserve the richness and delicate texture of the product. After the salting process is completed, the caviar is packaged in tin cans or vacuum-sealed glass containers to maintain its freshness. High-end caviar needs to be stored in a cold environment, usually between -2°U4C and 4°U4C. At this temperature, caviar can retain its perfect flavor and texture for about 4 to 6 weeks. If stored improperly or at too high a temperature, the caviar can quickly spoil, losing its inherent delicacy. With attention to every step, from harvesting, cleaning, salting to preservation, caviar is not only a luxury dish but also the crystallization of sophisticated processing techniques and long-standing traditions. Challenges of the caviar industry. The caviar industry, despite its high profitability, faces major challenges related to sturgeon conservation, farming costs, and strict regulations. One of the most serious problems is the decline in wild sturgeon populations. Decades of overfishing have put many sturgeon species, especially the beluga sturgeon, at risk of extinction. In addition, sturgeon habitats are shrinking due to pollution, climate change, and hydroelectric projects. Therefore, sturgeon farming is becoming increasingly important to maintain caviar supplies without harming the natural ecosystem. However, sturgeon farming is not a simple solution. Because the fish mature from 7 to 20 years, farms require a large amount of capital for long-term investment. Building a standard fish farming system requires strict control of water quality, temperature, and nutrition to ensure high standards of caviar. Without proper investment, the quality of caviar can be affected, leading to economic losses. In addition to the cost issue, the caviar industry is also controlled by strict legal regulations. Caviar is a product of an endangered animal species, so import and export are strictly managed under the CITES Convention, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Producers must comply with strict inspection procedures and prove the legal origin of caviar. This makes business more complicated and expensive, especially for small businesses. Some markets, such as the United States and the European Union, also have their own standards for traceability and product quality, forcing producers to invest more in quality control systems. In addition, the caviar industry is also facing a rise in counterfeit products. Some businesses have sold caviar from other fish species under the name of high-end caviar, confusing consumers. This not only affects the reputation of reputable manufacturers, but also undermines customer trust. To combat this problem, many companies are using traceability technology such as anti-counterfeiting stamps or blockchain to ensure product transparency. Prospects of the caviar industry. Despite facing many difficulties, the caviar industry still has great potential for development. The trend of high-end consumption is increasing, especially in markets such as China, the US, and Europe. The application of modern technology to sturgeon farming helps increase productivity and reduce environmental impact. In addition, the method of harvesting eggs without killing fish is becoming more and more popular, helping this industry develop more sustainably. In addition, research on the nutrition of sturgeon eggs also opens up many new opportunities. Caviar is not only a luxury food, but also contains many omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B12, and high-quality protein, which is very good for health. Harvesting sturgeon eggs is a process that requires patience, high technique, and a sense of responsibility for the environment. The sustainable development of this industry not only helps to preserve sturgeon, but also brings great economic value. As technology advances and environmental awareness increases, the caviar industry is likely to continue to grow and maintain its position as one of the world's top luxury